Okay. I'm making this tutorial on how to flat iron curl your hair because everyone asks me to show them. And it's way easier to stand behind someone and do it on their hair than it is to do on yourself. So first of all, don't feel like a loser if you can't do it. Second of all, it takes a lot of practice. And it's way easier to watch someone else curling their own hair because it'll be from the same angle that you're doing it from. And then this way I can give you, like, I guess, tips and tricks on how to not mess it up. And, okay, I take the bottom section into 3 sections. Just use a regular Chi flat iron. And just because this is what I do for a living doesn't mean that I'm like easy breezy cover girl, just gonna breeze through this and do it so fast. So, I mess up too. This is how I do this side. And I almost always burn myself. So sometimes I'll wear Michael Jackson heat gloves, but I don't know where they are. And then this one, you're going to go the opposite direction. So that one I went away from my face. So this one I'll go towards my face. So just kind of clamp it on, turn in one full circle, and then hope for the best. Pull down towards the ground, and then just kind of let it fall. Come over to the other side. This side always looks better. Pull down towards the ground. Kind of stop right on the ends and let go. See, that side's better than this side. And this piece probably was at the top of the flat iron the first time I did it, so it didn't really get that much heat to it. That's better. Okay. Now, the easier thing to do, I think, is to clip the already curled hair behind you, so that you don't leave any straight pieces out, because that can really ruin your day. I don't know how many sections. It probably just depends on how much hair you have. I kind of have a lot of hair, and I'll probably leave it curled for like the next 5 to 6 days. So I'm going to do like smaller sections, and hopefully it gets fuller too that way. And the dogs are barking. If anyone's wondering where I got my shirt, I made it. Don't be jealous. I have these curly little things, and I'll take care of those later. So, I think it's better to... Oh, see, I messed that one up. I think it's better to take more vertical than horizontal sections, but that's not like the easiest. That one's a little too curly. It's not like the easiest thing to do when you're doing it yourself. This one's going towards the face, and just, oh, messed it up. So then I'll just come halfway down and start from there. See, they don't have to be perfect. You're just, you know, you're going for like a messy look. And I think a lot of times people think that it has to be perfect, and then you overthink it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll do my Jerry curl sideburns after this section. Hold your arm, put it on, turn, pull down towards the ground. Next section, this is probably too big for one section, but I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm just going to do it anyways. I kind of hold the end of it with my, oh, that's burning. I hold the end of it with my other hand to help just kind of guide it so that it doesn't get stuck. And then I'm sure everyone has watched that video of the girl with the curling iron when she burns her hair off. And really, I didn't know that that was even possible until she posted that video. And ever since then, it's like my greatest fear that I'm just going to burn my hair off. So, and I think I've talked to other clients too that kind of panic whenever the flat iron kind of gets stuck and you can't pull it through. Okay, so now it's these are my baby hairs, which if you're a white girl, you probably don't have these, but if you have any sort of ethnicity, then you probably have some baby hairs. So I just carefully try to flat iron them without burning myself. And then, you know, if you have curly hair, just kind of smooth out the kinks before you go into the flat iron curls. That one's gonna go away from the face. And the ones closest to your face are the most important ones, because you're not gonna see the back of your head, so like, who cares? And then the ones that you curl towards your face always kind of look kind of not cute. But when you see, I left that piece out. When you break up the hair, it's all fun. And you can play with it too. Like, I know some people who just do like 3 sections and do them pretty big. Hi. I feel like because I'm trying to do this on camera, I'm going to definitely burn myself. I'm like trying not to cuss, trying to be appropriate, trying not to burn myself. Turn, pull down, let go. That one looks kind of bad, but whatever. Towards the face. Pull down, let go. That one's probably too big, but whatever. Put it on, turn it around, hold the end, pull down towards the ground. Right when you get to the end, let go. And then take your clip it back, and then I probably need to do 2 sections here, but I don't really want to. So, I still have really crazy baby hairs around my hairline, so I just try and smooth those out first. And I have the ones that like stick to my head. And it's really scary. And they just kind of look like fried, but whatever. It works. Okay, so these front pieces are very important. I look stupid if I do the first one forward, the next one back, because I put my hair behind my ears a lot. So then I end up getting that curl that goes towards my face, like wrapped around. I don't like that. So I've been practicing on my clients' hair to just kind of take like a pretty fat section from the front. See that? Pull it forward. Put this on. Kind of start that curl low. Because, see, you don't want this. That was dumb. But no worries. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit. And then it's fine. And then, see, I'll probably take like a smaller little section. See, that's not that big. And just curl that one the same direction as the one that I just did. Only because I'm on the top section of my hair. That's a little curly, but it's fine. And then the next one, and I guess on these top sections, I normally take like them pretty thin. Just because they're the ones that you're actually going to see and obsess about. So like that one's not the greatest. And it looks like that hair would be like pretty straight looking if I just didn't do anything. So I'm going to go back and redo that one just real quick. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And I have a crazy cowlick towards the back of my head. We call it nursing home head. Where, you know, when you sleep or watch TV or laying in bed or have your head back, it always kind of, your hair kind of splits in the same place. So I try to be aware of where it's splitting and try and do the curls to combat that. And I think I messed that one up. Okay, so this one, that one was away from my face. I'll do this one towards my face. Pull down. Oops, sorry. Oh, shit. And then the next one. And I'm just, you know, I have that hair clipped back, so that really helps because then I can just kind of feel around of the hair that needs to be curled. So that one was towards my face. This one will be away from my face. And you can kind of pull your head too. I've noticed that the longer my hair is getting, and you can, oh, that's another thing. If you feel like when you pull it down, you kind of mess it up, just kind of twist it so it goes back into itself. I've noticed that since my hair's gotten longer, it's gotten harder to do this. So that's why I think it just, you know, pulling your arms away from your head will help. So that one was this way. I'll just go ahead and skip to the front. So this, since I part on this, wait, on the other side, there's more hair on this side. I'm going to take this into 2 sections just to make it a little easier. Actually, to make it look better, not easier, because it's not easy. This one, we don't really worry about taking that one big section, but this is always so nerve-wracking because if you mess this front piece up, then your life is ruined. And I decided to cut my own hair in like March. It was really bad, just right in the front. I took a hair razor and just tried to trim up the front, and I ended up cutting it like completely back and really messing it up on that side. So it's still kind of recovering from that, even though it's been a really long time. See, this side's always so much better. And you can see my hair's naturally wavy, and this just smooths it out. So I don't blow dry it like with a round brush or anything. I just rough dry it, which means you don't like style it. You just dry it until it's dry. And I use, since my hair's dry, I use a lot of oil and leave-in conditioners and things like that. Ooh, this front piece is making me very nervous. Okay, now let's go to this front piece and take that kind of that bigger section. And this is hard depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. So kind of just come from here. I take the hair and kind of pivot it up, you know, so I'm not taking it this way. I'm kind of twisting it up, putting that flat iron on it, turn, pull down. I just heard a little sizzle. That one's way better than this side. And then I'm going to do that on a small piece right behind it. I'm going to do the same thing. Pull down. And then behind that, I'm going to do the one towards my face. And burn my hand. And see, like, that's probably too high, but you can fix that later. And this one away. And this one towards. And then I'm going to come back to this front piece because I don't like the way it looks. And kind of start over. Much better. Okay, now I'm going to let it all go and just run my hands through it as much as I can to just break it up and see how gross that one curl turned out. So I'm going to kind of see that the problem starts from underneath and it just kind of is kinked right there. So I'm going to just smooth that top part out. So not all the way down, just the top part. Still looks dumb, so I'm going to smooth that top section out. And it kind of looks dumb still, but let's just keep messing with it. So I just keep running my hands through it. This side was a little too high as well, so just kind of smooth that top part out. And really, you really want to break up the curls because you don't want it to look like you put a lot of effort into this. You want it to look like lived-in hair. So just shake it out as much as you can. Sometimes I'll use like a wide tooth comb to break it up. I have thick hair and it's naturally curly, so it kind of goes back to the wave. So I think if you had hair that doesn't really hold a lot of curl, I wouldn't recommend doing that. And then that looks dumb. See, it's sometimes I think you should do the whole top section in the same direction, but then that looks weird too. Find the pieces that are, kind of clumped up and just break them up. I've seen Jen Atkin, who does a lot of the Kardashians' hair, obviously. See how bad that one looks? We're just going to smooth it out a little bit. You're not going to like clamp the flat iron down and pull the whole curl out. Just kind of break it up a little bit. She'll go in and kind of just push the hair up with her hands like that to kind of tease it out so it doesn't clump up. I just keep running my hands through it as much as I can. And then I'll get some oil and just run that through it. And especially to smooth the Jerry curl baby hairs. Ooh. Sometimes they stick straight up and that's not cool. You can also get like a paste. This was just any oil, but this is Kevin Murphy oil. This is the Living Proof Instant Texture Volume. I just have it. It's not like, I don't know. This is probably for somebody with like a short haircut, but I get like the tiniest bit. I mean, like nothing. And I'll use that to kind of tame the Jerry curl sideburns. And then you can take this and take just like a little bit. My hands still kind of have oil on them. Because if you were to just use this, your hair might get kind of like tangly, but I'll mix it in with that like leftover oil and just kind of put it on the ends because that'll piece it out a little bit. And then if you have like a texturizing spray or like a dry shampoo even, if I washed my hair with Kevin Murphy, so I like to keep using Kevin Murphy products because I like this scent to kind of be universal each time I wash my hair, which is stupid, but whatever. This is a little tight, but it'll fall. So I don't know if I have a Kevin Murphy texturizing spray. I have an Oribe one, which is probably most people's favorite, and it really is great. So you just kind of spray that. Ugh, that smell is so strong though. All over your hair. Because you don't want the hair to all fall back together. You want it to stay pretty tousled and messy. And then I would just say, I'm not even checking the back. I would just say like throughout the night, like I kind of will shake it from underneath. Ugh. See? And then you'll see these curls that need to be pulled out. I'll kind of shake it from underneath. And then, a lot of this to get that volume to just kind of keep it full and broken up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but I say sleep on it once or twice and then it'll be perfect. But at least this gives you an idea on like how to do it yourself, because I know that those angles and like, pulling and clipping and all that stuff can be kind of difficult. I hope this helps. Obviously, it's not a funny video like my pull tutorial video that I did with Ellie on how to George Washington your hair, but this is more serious business. You can always text me if you have any questions. This is really for my clients, so always feel free to text me and ask me like any more tips and tricks that I didn't cover. I try to go over everything so that you know. And once again, like I have thick, frizzy, curly hair, but I can always recommend like what products are better for people who have like finer hair. You might actually want to like hairspray your hair before you do it, but that also kind of makes me nervous because I think that girl who like burnt her hair off might have sprayed it with hairspray before she burned it off with her little curling iron. I think if you're just starting, definitely use heat gloves. Like I said, the chi, always make sure your chi is off so that when you leave the house, you're not freaking out, driving down the road going, oh my God, did I turn it off? When you live by yourself, you can't text anyone and ask them to turn it off for you. So that's it. Don't be mean. Don't make fun of me. I'm trying to help you. This is for you, not me.